Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, 1, 2.
Daniel, what?
Wow, I didn't. You're giving up the whiteboard. When did you decide to give up the whiteboard?
At the end of last year. Hello and welcome in. It is time for Lemonade League Baseball. A little delayed, but we will have Game 5 in the Lemonade League coming up for you tonight. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jacksa. Adam, after a couple of games in which the Locos rallied from behind yesterday, it was the Lug Nuts from start to finish.
Yeah, it really helped in that first 2 innings. Some of the inaccuracies on the mound from the Locos, and the Lug Nuts pounced. They scored 5 runs in the first 2 innings. Then they held on, sustained the momentum after the Locos came back with 4 runs in the 4th. And it was a big win for the Lug Nuts because they had dropped back-to-back games in the 7th inning.
Great pitching matchup here for you tonight. Wayne State's Brendan Belkovic against Kalamazoo's Adam Dorstowitz. And those starting lineups are coming up after this. It is time now to go through your starting lineups for this Game 5 of the Lemonade League from Lansing, Michigan. With Adam Jackson, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. We begin with the visiting Locos. You see the senior from Concordia, Adam Purdy, getting things going at the top. He's been terrific. And Brandon Shire, a freshman from Saginaw Valley State, has been outstanding as well. He gets moved up all the way to the number 2 spot, matching his uniform number. Adam, in looking over the rest of that starting 9, who stands out to you?
Yeah, you hit it right on the head with Adam Purdy. I like the way that he's set the table for the Locos. 6 hits in the league, and a guy that when he gets on base, he's got tremendous speed. So I look at that lineup for the Locos and think they look excellent at the top with Adam Purdy.
Steigel's back in the starting lineup today. Preston McCormack. We saw McCormack on the mound. Henley, Hattlesea, Lanker, and Compton. For Brendan Bilkovic, the starting pitcher from Wayne State.
Yeah, and Bilkovic was really good in his last outing. He struggled the first time that he took the hill in the Lemonade League, which has been common for pitchers since we got going last week. Last time out, though, 2 innings pitched, just 2 hits, no runs, and 3 strikeouts.
Now let's look at the Lug Nuts starting lineup. It's going to be familiar at the very top. Here comes Darren Davis, the sophomore from Toledo, getting things going. And then in the middle part of that order where you expect to hear a lot about power, well, Morrow, Walker, Cornwell have been hurting the Locos at him with speed.
Yeah, and that's the guy I'm looking at tonight, Jesse. Colin Cornwell got on all 5 times yesterday, and he did it in different ways. He got hit by a pitch, he reached on an air, walked a couple of times, tripled, scored runs, also stole bags. He comes into this game tonight with no strikeouts in the league, 3 hits, 4 walks. That's a guy that's finding ways to get on base, and he's not running himself into outs. I love the middle part of that lineup tonight for the Lug Nuts.
Don't overlook the LCC freshman batting second, Mark Connolly. And there's Hunter Lay, batting in the 6th spot today, the sophomore DH. He drove in 4 runs yesterday, followed by Sotras, Rodquist, and Pewan, and they support the left-hander Adam Dorstowitz.
Well, Adam Dorstowitz has been a strikeout pitcher. 4 innings so far in the Lemonade League. He's allowed just 3 hits and a run, and he's struck out 6. So we like when Dorstowitz comes in, 1, because he's throwing strikes very confidently and consistently, and 2, he's getting swings and misses. So I think tonight the pitching matchup, Jesse, is going to be really good with these starters in Bilkovic and Dorstowitz.
It has been rare so far for us to say in the Lemonade League that a pitcher has struck out the side. Both Bilkovic and Dorstowitz have done that. Those are your starting lineups. We're about to hear the national anthem. First pitch is coming up. This is the Lemonade League. Hello and welcome in on Michigan Avenue between Cedar Street and Larch Streets downtown. Game 5 of the Lemonade League will be getting underway shortly. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, Adam Jacksa by my side. The Lug Nuts take the field from the first base side, clad in the black and the red. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Locos with the road gray pants, the gem blue jerseys trimmed in marigold are about to take their hacks. And they'll take on this Lug Nuts defense. There you see Andrew Morrow playing at first base, the MSU Spartan. He's joined out there defensively, the catcher Gabe Sotres, his Spartans teammate. The second baseman is Mark Connolly, Darren Davis is at short, Jake Rydquist is at third. On the outfield, there's Colin Cornwell playing in left field. In center field, Zaid Walker. And in right field, Joey Paywan for the Lug Nuts. Now, as we turn back our attention to that man on the mound, all the while Mike Connolly is making sure that the footing is good with all that rain that we saw earlier today. It is the left-hander from Kalamazoo, Adam Dorstowitz, who's going to get his very first start of the Lemonade League schedule.
And he deserves it, Jesse. He's pitched really well. We talked about it in the pregame. So far, he's been a strikeout pitcher. 6 Ks in his 4 innings worked, and he pounds the zone. So interested to see in this starting role where he could go 2, 3, or maybe 4 innings, how he looks against this Locos lineup.
The Locos will bring up Adam Purdy, Brennan Shire, and Michael Steigels against him. Our home plate umpires Mitch Tresiak, and the field umpires Thomas Burrell. Let me ask you, Adam, with the wet grass, the field that had the tarp covering it, do you think that any of that rain from earlier today is going to affect the baseball at all?
I think it definitely could. If you hit a ground ball, certainly in the infield, as it's smooth right now, it may stick a little bit, or potentially getting to the outfield. Obviously, you're going to get the skips and skids in the wet grass. So players got to be a little bit more weary of some different bounces, but for the most part, I think it's going to play just like a wet field normally does. As you can see, the grounds crew has done another fabulous job making sure that it's right and ready to go for Game 5 today.
Catcher Sotres, the middle infielders Davis and Connolly are ready. And here comes Adam Purdy, the senior from Concordia, to get us going. Our scheduled start time was 7 o'clock p.m. With the rain that was here earlier, you can understand, backed up. Nearly a full hour-long delay at 7:58. Purdy flies the first one foul, and we are underway. Lefty against lefty. Purdy's so effective so far. Breaking ball sent slicing down the left side and down for a base hit down the line. Cornwell tracks it down. Purdy digs for second. The throw in late. A leadoff sliding double for Purdy.
He just keeps going, doesn't he, Jesse? 7 hits now for Purdy. You absolutely have to love him if you're Pete Romzak in that leadoff spot, delivering again to start this game.
And Now here's Brandon Shire. That for Purdy, by the way, was his 7th hit. That leads all Lemonade Leaguers. It's his 2nd double. And immediately an RBI opportunity for the Locos. First pitch for Shire. That hits the outside corner. Brandon Shire so far has come up to home plate 10 times in Lemonade League action. He has reached base 8 of those times, but only once via base hit. One ball and 1 strike. Shire's drawn 6 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 800 on base percentage in the limited time that the league has currently been up and running. Saginaw Valley State here against Kalamazoo on the mound. Purdy at second. Ball 2. Hitters count. Chopper right back to Dorstowitz. Purdy takes third. Dorstowitz gets the out at first base. 1 gone, and the Locos have that potential very first run 90 feet away.
Would have been interested to see if Rydquist was at the bag ready for a potential ball to come his way at third from Dorstowitz, if he would have gone there, because he caught that right away, looked over at third, and he would have had a chance to get Purdy, but the fact was Rydquist wasn't at the bag.
Michael Steigels has 1 RBI so far in Lemonade League play. Chance for a second. The Oakland Golden Grizzly came up empty on the off speed. What a block by catcher Sotrez. A leadoff double, a grounder, and Adam Purdy is 90 feet away. But on the other side, Adam, and I mean you, Adam, not the pitcher, Adam, Dorstowitz is a strikeout pitcher. Steigels somehow hung back on the appeal. He did not go. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and you have to use that to your advantage. In situations like this, you give up a leadoff double, still only 1 out. If you can get a strikeout and that ball doesn't go in play, that is a huge, huge help.
Here it comes. That's fouled up and away. And the count 1-2. Now Steigels is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. He's shown off a good eye. He's looking for that first hit, and he finds himself in a tough count right now.
And the best part on the other side is, we talked this earlier as well, Dorstowitz early on, he's throwing strikes, finding the zone.
1-2. High fastball didn't get him to chase. Right now for Dorstowitz, it's been the fastball high, the off speed down. There's the off speed, but he spoiled it foul.
And that's kind of been the case in this league, that we've seen that a lot, where the fastball is usually there, but the secondary pitches is where it's hurt guys, and they've missed, not in the enticing way where guys are willing to try and swing at those misses.
Steigels grounds it foul up the third base side, out off the far side of the Locos dugout. Infield playing back here for the Lug Nuts. Outfield straight away. I would call it medium to deep.
It almost feels like the infield conceding the run unless it's hit right at them. They're willing to go down 1-0, make the play at first.
That curveball slipped in the hand of Dorstowitz, and the count has run full. Yesterday we saw the Lug Nuts score a run in the very first inning, and the Locos never came back. And they fell 7-4. Ball 4. Michael Steigels down to first, and the Locos have runners at the corners. Only 1 man out against Dorstowitz.
Like that bat from Michael Steigels. Gets behind 1-2, has to fight off a couple of pitches, keeps a good eye. And Locos in business in this first inning.
The cleanup hitter for the Locos is CMU's Cade Preston. Big guy, first baseman today. First pitch. He hammers this one to left, down the line into the corner. That baseball's fair, and it ricochets right away from Cornwell. Purdy scores. Here comes Steigels around third. He's coming in. Preston's content at second. It's a 2-run double. 2-0 Locos.
Well, he attacked that first pitch, sent it right down the line. There's the power from Preston. We've been waiting for it, a guy that can deliver, and the Locos come through in this first inning to get on the board.
Those are his first runs batted in the Lemonade League. Adam, he had really been struggling, but remember his hustle double yesterday.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, we were waiting. They've continuously put him right in that 4 or 5 spot, hoping that he'll deliver when guys are on base, and he didn't waste any time. First pitch and ripped that right down the left field side.
Alex McCormack now. Curveball from Dorstwitz hits the outside corner. They've got a guy at second base in Preston who is shown to be aggressive on the bases. At 0-1 to the GVSU Laker. And again back to the breaking ball. And again a called strike.
We talked about it the last couple of days, Jesse, not seeing a ton of extra base hits for either team so far through the first 4 games of the league, but already 2 doubles in this first inning from the Locos.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Dribbled on the right side to first baseman Morrow. The pitcher Dorstwitz late in covering. Morrow tried to get there himself. Did not win the race. Infield single McCormack. Preston to third base.
Well, that's completely on Adam Dorstwitz right there. He's got to be better. He knows he has to get there. You could see him patting his chest saying, "My bad," to Morrow. I mean, that's his play defensively to get over there. Morrow's ready to get him the second out, and Dorstwitz almost kind of decided that Morrow, he thought he was going to take the bag or just didn't get there, and he's just got to be better in that situation.
Long inning gets longer. Here comes Brock Henley, runners at the corners. Off speed down. Brock Henley 2 games ago was the hitting hero for the Locos. He had 2 doubles, one of them a tie-breaking 3-run shot that came in the final inning. So this is not getting easier for Dorstwitz. Preston at third, McCormack at first base. Fastball high. Leadoff double by Adam Purdy. Brandon Shire grounded out to the pitcher, but a walk to Steigels, the 2-run double by Preston, then the infield single. Ball 3 to Henley.
Well, he just needs an out to settle down. He's given up a couple runs. He made a mistake not getting to the bag at first. You know, he's thinking about all of these things right now, but he's got to not focus on that. Focus on the batter, get that second out.
Henley taking all the way. There's a strike on the outside corner.
You know, the Lug Nuts are hoping they can continue their dominance in turning those double plays. That would be picture perfect for them to try and keep this a 2-run half inning.
Here you go, 3-1. Just missed inside. The bases are loaded. Here comes the pitching coach, Riley McCauley.
This is one of those half innings, Jesse, where it's on the teetering point of getting away from Dorstwitz, and we really shouldn't be here. I mean, he got an out. Yes, he's given up some hits, but he should have had that second out at first base, didn't cover. If you don't have that, now it's runners first and third with 2 outs. Instead, the bases are loaded. But even with all of that said, if he can still lock down these Locos, keep this a 2-run half inning, you feel pretty good about it, but he's certainly got work to do.
Sean Hattlesey from Albion waits. Dorstwitz misses outside. Hattlesey is another patient hitter. Bases loaded, 1 down, 2 runs in. Grounded foul right off the far side. First base side Lug Nuts dugout. Hattlesey in 10 plate appearances. How about 2 hits and 4 walks drawn? One of those hits as well, he tripled into the right field corner a couple of games ago. 1-1. Breaking ball hooks down and in.
I just love players like that, Jesse, that on-base percentage. Whether you're walking, getting hit by a pitch, getting a base hit, finding ways to get on. Keep the line moving for your teammates. Good things typically happen in those half innings when you do.
Hitters count. Fouled away. 2-2 on Hattlesea. Henley at first, McCormack at second. Creston is at third for the Locos. And only one out for the left-hander Dorstowitz on the hill.
We talked a lot about Dorstowitz, but how about the way the Locos batters are battling right now? They're seeing these pitches, they're fighting them off, having absolute excellent at-bats.
Break even. Popped up, right side. Catcher Sotres, no chance. This was something, Adam, that we did not see against Dorstowitz his very first time on the mound. He was in control. He was getting swings and misses. He's not getting swings and misses right now.
And again, he's had the control. He's been right around the zone. But you're right. That's the one thing missing, those swings and misses.
2-2. Sailed outside. Pickoff throw thrown away. Down to the Lug Nuts bullpen in the right side corner. Creston's in. Here comes McCormack to score. On his way for third, Brock Henley. Throw arrives late. He's in there hand first. It is now 4-0 Locos on the throwing error by catcher Sotres.
And a big one. Just too many mistakes in this first inning. And that one just, it looked like it slipped out of his hand because it wasn't close to Morrow at first base. And instead of potentially getting that second out or limiting this to 2, it's now blown open with 4 runs and still a runner at third.
3-2 pitch. Hattlesea foul tips it, hung on to by Sotres. There's the strikeout. At 2 gone. Here's the 8th batter in the Locos order. Now, Garrett Lanker has struggled with his bat a little bit. Out of the Colorado School of Mines. Takes ball 1 up. Lanker's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. But he has drawn 2 walks and he's been hit by a pitch. Brock Henley's at third base. Right by him. It's been about a 30-pitch inning for the left-hander Adam Dorstowitz. And there's action developing in the Lug Nuts pen. Trying to put away Lanker. Strike 2. What do you think? Challenge him one more time? Go right back to that fastball, or does he go with the breaking ball?
I think you got to go fastball. Lanker's a guy, as you mentioned, he struggled, doesn't have that first hit yet. Guy at third, go right after him, get that final out.
There you go. Up and in.
Do it again.
Yesterday, that pitch probably would have hit Lanker, because yesterday we saw 9 different batters hit by pitches. 4-0 Locos. 2-2. Just barely stayed alive. Like Lanker took that baseball right out of the mid of the catcher Sotres. Cade Preston putting the Locos on the scoreboard, crushing a 2-run double into the left field corner. And then a moment ago, a 2-run throwing error by the catcher. Breaking ball, again fouled off. We're about 13 minutes into this game for the man who wears number 13. The Starlin Castro fan, Adam Dorstowitz, looking to put this inning to bed. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Could it potentially be another 4-run half inning for the Locos?
That's been the magic number. Neither team has scored more than 4 runs in a half inning. Up and in, Lanker takes the walk, and we are going to see all 9 Locos batters in this first.
Again, that's another really good at-bat from Linker. Behind 1-2, fights off multiple pitches, doesn't chase out of the zone, just keeps things moving.
The number 9 batter is Olivet's Ben Compton. Strike one on the outside corner. Now, Compton had a huge hit yesterday. Locos fell in defeat. But it was Compton who roped a 2-run double in a 4-run fourth inning. Curveball served up. Foul ground first base side. Morrow the running catch. Side retired. But the Locos played 4. They strand 2. 3 walks, 3 hits, 1 costly error. Going to the bottom of the first inning in the Lemonade League.
I was born and raised on the river. It's the only life that I know. And they say, River Boy, hey River Boy, you got any fish there today, River Boy?
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
Snap zone.
As we go to the bottom half of the first inning, already the Lug Nuts find themselves in a hole. Lug Nuts' Darren Davis, Mark Connolly, and Andrew Morrow coming up, and they're down 4-0. At the top of the first inning, a 2-run double by Kate Preston, and a 2-run throwing error committed by catcher Gabe Sotres. That because of how the inning ended, a strikeout and a foul pop, those runs are unearned. Here comes Darren Davis, and he'll take on a Locos defense featuring Lanker back of the dish, Preston at first, Compton at second, Shires at short, and Henley's at third. In the outfield, Hadlesey, Purdy, Steigels, left, center, right, and there is Brendan Bilkovic, the Wayne State Warrior, on the mound. He lets her rip. And he finds the outside corner to get things going. Strike to Darren Davis.
By the way, just checking back, Jesse, talking about the 4 runs being the magic number. That is the 4th time the Locos have scored 4 runs in a half inning.
You don't say. That's outside.
Yeah, exactly. 4, 4, 4. It's always 4.
You know, in golf, when people shout 4, that's a bad thing. And it's been a bad thing for pitchers in the Lemonade League. Bilkovic looking for the 0. Gets strike 2 on Davis. The very first time that Brendan Bilkovic was on the mound, Adam, he did not have his location. Oh, he was better after that, outing number 2. Pitcher's pitch here. Big breaking ball didn't tempt him.
I would say about 75% of the guys, you could say what you just said about Bilkovic. Not great with their accuracy and their command the first time around, but then that second and third time starting to ease back in and get more comfortable.
Now getting his first start. Davis stays up there. Well, Darren Davis, the sophomore, so far all he's done in the Lemonade League, in 16 plate appearances, he has 5 hits, he has drawn 2 walks, he's been hit by a pitch 3 times. Is getting on base 62.5% of the time. Ball 3.
Well, I think the 2 managers have selected the correct leadoff men because those 2 lead the league in hits. 7 for Purdy after his double in the first, 5 for Davis. And again, you mentioned it, finding other ways to get on with walks and such too.
Representing Toledo well. And That's out of play down the left side. Stays at 3-2. Out of Ann Arbor Skyline.
Your simple chant at Toledo, Jesse, TOLEDO.
About what, a 2-hour drive south from Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah, right down 23.
Payoff pitch. He takes ball 4, and Darren Davis is on again. Brendan Belkovic was out in front of him 1-2.
This just has the feels of a wild night. We've already had an hour rain delay. The turf's a little wet. The grass, I'm sorry, a little wet. The guys had to wait around. We saw 4 runs, 9 batters to the plate in the top of the first. I just have a feeling, Jesse, this is going to be a crazy game.
Davis might try to take off at first base. We're watching him. All the while, Mark Connolly waits. That's buried. Davis does not run. Catcher Lenker watches him. Ball 1 to Connolly.
No, I say that tongue-in-cheek because multiple games already have been wild and just so much fun to watch.
That's true. I wonder how it's been for the players. In some cases, great. In other cases, excruciating. Pickup, though, but Davis back in no troubles.
Like, we're talking right now about that first inning and obviously that error committed by Sotres, and I just don't even feel like that's going to be talked about in the 5th, 6th, 7th innings because there's going to be so much other stuff.
Again, Davis is safe. That was closer. And Darren Davis has swiped 3 out of 4 bags, and there's just a feeling he's going to go because everybody's running in the Lemonade League. 28 steals through the first 4 games. There he goes. Connolly rips it past the diving first baseman Preston. Davis heads for third base. Right fielder Seigels gets it in to first baseman Preston. A walk, a single, and runners are at the corners with nobody out for the Lug Nuts.
And here we go. You give up 4 in the top of the first. Now you got the first 2 on. And we talked about this in the pregame. The middle of this order, Morrow, Walker, Cornwell, good guys to have coming up to try and get you some runs.
Here is Andrew Morrow, 4 for 14. 2 singles, 2 doubles, 3 runs batted in for the Michigan State Spartan, and nobody out. Connolly a threat to run at first. First pitch, way outside. I think back to Brendan Belkovic getting out in front of Darren Davis, but unable to put him away. When there are runners on, it leads to trouble. Connolly is safe, and meanwhile, Darren Davis took a couple of hard steps toward home. It was a very long top of the first inning for Adam Dorstowitz. Ball 2 to Morrow. Here are Dorstowitz's teammates looking to pick him up immediately. Went back to how do the players feel, Adam? Playing in games that are this wild. A lot of them, you ask them, they'll say they're thankful to play baseball. Connolly takes off, pitch swung out and missed. No throw by Lenker. 1 to keep Darren Davis at third base. Mark Connolly picks up his 3rd stolen base in Lemonade League play.
Well, there's definitely a fair share of crazy games at the collegiate level as well, so I know these guys are used to it, but day after day, when you're playing consistently, it's the same guys, and you're getting some of the same theatrics and drama late. It's got to be fun out there.
They'll get familiar with each other if they aren't already. Morrow lays off. First base is open, and Zaid Walker is on deck. Not that you necessarily want to walk Morrow and load up the bases with nobody out. Thickly overcast sky above. Davis at third base, ready to break for home if given a reason. Connolly at second. What a block by Lenker on ball 4 for Morrow. Bases are loaded, but that just saved a run.
Yeah, you won't see that in the stat box, but You talked about it. Even though it's ball 4, excellent stop by Lanker to keep a run from scoring.
So here is Zaid Walker. Walker 3 for 15 so far in the Lemonade League. What a chance. Bases loaded, nobody out, down by 4. Ball 1.
Now here's the thing, too, for the pitchers. Just noticing from these two umpires, Mitch Tresiak's zone is a little bit more concise than Thomas Burrell. He's consistent with that being concise, but it's going to lean a little bit in favor of the hitters not getting those outside calls for strikes, and we saw it on that last pitch.
Wayne State on the mound, MSU waiting in the batter's box. Walker right through it.
That's a great change of pace from Bill Kovic. You keep that right where it is, keep the hitters guessing. He's going to have a lot of success, and he needs more of those to get that first out.
A lot of speed on the bases here. Walker fouls it back. Well, both secondary pitches, the breaking ball and the changeup, are strikeout pitches for Brendan Bilkovic. Morrow, Connolly, Davis, first to second to third. Nobody out, bottom of the first. Lug Nuts batting down by 4. Got him. Zaid Walker strikes out against Bilkovic. Out number 1.
That's a huge out for Bill Kovic. Bases loaded, nobody gone, and he comes out and delivers. Off speed a couple of times. Walker was out in front of both of them, and that's got to give him a lot of confidence.
Double play ball now ends the inning. Colin Cornwell out of Saginaw Valley State waits. What a backdoor breaking ball. Strike 1.
Well, that's the difference in these last two batters. He's hitting with those secondary pitches. Cornwell also playing into your potential double play ball, has not struck out yet in this league through the first 4 games.
Bounced that one off his instep. And Brendan Bilkovic has another batter set up for a strikeout. What a day it was, Adam, yesterday for Cornwell. Reached base all 5 times, one of those true due to error. But he was just all over the bases. He stole 3 bases. He caused havoc. And the Lug Nuts went on to win the game 7-4. Hunter Lay had a big hand in that. He's waiting on deck. He knocked in 4 runs. 0-2 pitch. That changeup laid off by Cornwell.
Remember this yesterday from the Lug Nuts, Jesse? They scored 5 runs through the first 2 innings, but it was that first inning where they had either first and second or bases loaded, and they only got the 1 run. Could that potentially happen again today where they've got the pressure on, but they don't get that clutch hit in the first inning?
A walk, a single, a walk, but then the strikeout of Walker. 1-2 pitch. Went right back to the same pitch as before, and the same result as before.
Man, Garrett Lanker, so underrated in this first inning. He has blocked some really difficult balls, all with Davis at third base. And Davis has incredible speed, so anything that gets by him doesn't even have to go all the way to the backstop. Davis has the ability to come home, and Lanker has knocked them all down.
A native Michigander who left the state to attend Colorado School of Mines. He waits, and he receives a great breaking ball for a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bill Kovic.
That is absolutely disgusting. What a pitch by Bill Kovic. Completely froze Cornwell. We got to take another look at that, Jesse. I mean, it was up high in the zone, around the letters. Look at this. Releases it home, comes outside to in on the inner half of the plate. Absolutely beautiful.
Bases were loaded with nobody out. Now bases loaded, 2 outs. Hunter Lay takes a called strike 1 on the hook. 4-0 Locos. 4 on the top of the first inning, and it looked like the Lug Nuts were going to come right back. Brendan Belkovic. Let's see if he can get all the way out of this. Ground ball pulled foul up the third base side. Now, what do you go to here to try to get Hunter Lay and end this first inning?
I like maybe coming back here with a high fastball. See if you can get him to chase eye level.
Here you go. An 0-2 pitch. That bounced off of Lanker, off of the batter Lay, and it stayed right there in the home plate circle. Darren Davis could not budge from third base.
And you can see he's anxious. He was nearly halfway down the line before he had to turn and scamper back.
It feels like Davis has been over at third for a while.
And I think he's thinking the same thing. Am I going to get to come home?
He led off with a walk. Mark Connolly singled him to third base. Connolly then stole second, the walk to Morrow, but then the back-to-back strikeouts. Belkovic needs one more. Breaking ball, he got it! He strikes out Lay watching, and he ends the first inning. The Houdini act for the Wayne State Warrior. We go to the second, Locos leading 4-0. While the Lug Nuts' actual 25th anniversary will have to wait until next year, you can still purchase a piece of history. Limited quantities of the 25th anniversary bobblehead series presented by Sparrow, Physicians Health Plan, and Michigan Student Aid are available right now. The set features former Lug Nuts greats Mark Pryor, Noah Syndergaard, Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Supplies are limited. Order yours online at LansingLugnuts.com.
When you think about it, there are lots of reasons to buy a new home. And with mortgage rates this low at LAFQ, it's all you need to make your move. Because you may not have the space for anything else, but there's always room for a great mortgage rate from LAFQ. Want a low mortgage rate for your new home? Ask for LAFQ. Stop in today or go to LAFQ.com/mortgage. LAFQ, your credit union for life.
A tale of two different